everyone. Long time no update on my kit build, but let me give you one. So I have been working on the 3 remaining items for my build. One of those is of course the new redesigned 3D dashboard panel with specific cutouts for all SMDs on Mike Lane's board to eliminate all the light bleed and to redirect the light where it needs to go. I will show you on later how that looks. Just a quick rundown. I really wanted to have all indicators look turned off, like the text and the digits when it's really off, and everything should only turn on when it's turned on. It's a bit bright here, so excuse the light, so it might not look as good here with my iPhone as in reality, but yeah, that's how it is. This is the final piece of the startup indicator. As you can see, it snaps right onto the board and we will redirect the light to the front units with optical fibers, and they are not in here yet because I need to reprint it because of my I'm picky with quality, but I'm really proud of that piece and it will really bump up the dashboard to new heights. There's one minor thing I still need to adjust a little bit, so I'm still working on the voice box because I'm not happy with the brightness there yet. I can't influence the brightness, so I need to find a new way on how to distribute the light better. And I sourced some new optical fibers here that can be cut, and I need to get them cut with a laser cutter, and this will replace the 3mm optical fiber I used previously. I am quite sure this will be the solution for my problem I had. Yeah, sure, that's the panel. These are the prototypes. Also the overlays are prototypes here. They need to be, of course, be cut properly, and I need to make some final adjustment on the right hand piece here. That's because there's a specific way the cutouts are on Mike's board. I wish I could have used this design because it looks better, but I need to move everything slightly more to the right, just the way the cutouts are, otherwise it will not align and not light up completely, but you will see that. Yeah, that's the dashboard panel. One thing I'm also working on, it's a bit hard to do that with one hand here, but you get the idea. All right, so let's move on to the next piece, which are the new switch pods. My good friend Drew Raptor provided me new SMD boards for the switch pods, which are absolutely incredible. These don't light up so much as I would have loved to, because Mike Lane dialed down the brightness for the pods, which I can understand for the stock pieces. They are just oversaturated. But I redesigned also a 3D piece for that. Here just a prototype with some early overlays. The good thing is only the yellow and the green LEDs will light up and not the buttons. That's how it should be. I need to get that finalized and printed, but just to give you an idea, this is how it looks more or less. Let me get that sharp. All right, so you can see there are only cutouts for the LEDs, and that is really nice. I had to use though a different slot on Mike Lane's board, which is a little bit brighter, because I really need the brightness for my overlays. But I think that will work. I'm using slot J here, which is free. And the good thing is it lights up directly with the dashboard and also turns off with the dashboard. I think that will work. Yeah, but I will give you an update how that looks once it's there. Alright, so moving from the dashboard and the pods to the next item that I'm working on, which is let me get that over here, the new overhead console. I really made 3 different designs. This is just my prototype headliner where I tested the flocking and the color codes. This is not my final unit, but this one is more or less final. It really fits perfectly now. I need to figure out a way on how I can fixate the unit and the LEDs, but you see the screw holes are visible, you can screw it in, and it really aligns flush and perfectly, finally. So I'm close to getting that done. Yeah, sure, the buttons are printed, the flip switches are printed and painted, so that's done. I'm using SMDs for that. That will be glued on with some optical fibers on the back. They will light up like it should be. I try to have the design as close as possible to the real thing. All right, last but not least, these are my license plates. They are all printed. The lettering is on there, and I sprayed it with 3 pieces of gloss and polished it to perfection to eliminate all layer lines. In addition to that, you can see in the upper left corner the electroplated chrome frame. So it's real metal, because I wanted to have it sturdy, shiny, and really look good, so that you can't damage it with your fingerprints and with scratches or something like that. The last piece is already plated with graphite. I need to polish it up, and then I can put copper on it and nickel. So yeah, that's it. I'm getting close. The stickers are printed, they are prepared. There's some nice secrets to those stickers, but I can't really tell you what's going on there at the moment. More on that later. All right, here we go. So maybe I turn the power on and show you how it looks. All right, here we go. Please note there are no optical fibers in there yet, but you see that the light from the LEDs is perfectly moved to the front unit even without the optical fibers, and that's how the panel looks when it's on. It's not aligned perfectly here, as I said. It's a bit tricky to do that with just one hand, but you can see the digits light up. The yellow pieces light up. The text shows up when it's on. And here's what I said, yeah, that must be moved a little bit more to the right, and then everything there will light up as well. This really bumps up the quality of Mike Lane's alpha circuit tremendously. It looks much more realistic. The light bleed is gone, and once the optical fiber is in the voice box, that will also be better in my opinion. I'm close, guys, so that was just my opportunity for you to show you where I am. The build is almost done. Yeah, thank you for watching.